Maidstone United should have heralded the run-in to the end of the season. In fact, that game and Danny's following interview heralded the end of the season. Since then, we've been in lockdown, and Danny has been doing his best to engage with the fans with his weekly Friday lockdown messages. Now, for the first time since March, we're able to meet with him face to face.
Okay, well, welcome to our usual Friday catch-up with Danny Bloor, the Borough Manager, only this one isn't quite usual because there are actually two of us and not one, and I hope that's just a sign that we're getting very slowly back to normal. Here we are at Priory Lane, and Danny, let's catch up with your week. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been a good week. Firstly, Kev, great to see you. Haven't seen you since March the 14th, I think, way back at that Maidstone game. So nice to see you, looking well. I think you've actually done a pound or two, so that's certainly good. The week, last Saturday we had our second social distancing session here at Priory Lane. Absolutely fantastic. We had a good number of boys in. Obviously, we know that it's a limited amount with each coach. The three coaches this week were Darren Teague, Gary Wilson and myself, so that went really well. That was last Saturday, and obviously it was nice to have a drink in the bar with a few of the directors and a few of the supporters. Then on Wednesday, John Bonner, the chairman, and myself went over to Bexhill Sixth Form College to look at their fantastic facilities. Obviously, we now know, some of you may have read it in the Herald already this morning, that Bexhill Sixth Form College are our new main sponsor. I personally would like to say thanks very much to them. They're also our education partner. So we're really going to work very closely with Bexhill Sixth Form College now. Their football guru, their man who's head of football, Sean Noble, top guy. And we've already had conversations since we met on Wednesday. But I must say those facilities are absolutely top drawer. And once we know how our season's going to be panned out, because who knows, we might be playing Saturday and midweek, so we may not be able to get over there too often this particular season, but they're facilities that we'll certainly be taking advantage of as and when we can.
The sense that I'm getting is that everything's absolutely waiting to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely correct, Kevin. Obviously, this coming week, we're seeing the weekend we're seeing the playoffs in our league. So yeah, things are sort of, it's like waiting, as you rightly say. You know, we'd love to just know when that date is going to be given out for when the season's anticipated to start, because things can change, as we know. We saw there was a hiccup with the cricket earlier this week, so things can change. But all of us need to be respectful. And what I'm saying to the players when we're meeting up is, you know, be respectful. Things are different. We know that from the last time you and I saw each other. Things are different, but we have to respect that as a group and as individuals, and it's important, because if not, it could have a derogatory effect.
You are, in a sense, ready to go as and when we know a schedule, and obviously we don't do, but your lead into the season, it's not been a normal pre-season, but you've got everything in place.
Oh, absolutely. As I say, it's been well documented. We are now having a session here at Priory Lane, 10:30 start. Every Saturday, we're doing sort of an hour and 15 minutes, and then into the bar, because I think it's really nice that we can, you know, albeit with the correct measures, mix with the directors, mix with the fans, and, you know, get any new players bedded in. So I think that's really important. But all of our actual pre-season, as it would be, that's already planned. Sergio, myself, and the rest of the backroom team, that's all planned. So it's just having that crucial date for us being ready to go.
You mentioned new players. Any news on the player front?
Well, obviously, last Saturday we were delighted to announce the arrival of James Hammond. James is 23 years old. He's played a lot of senior football. He started playing in Peacehaven's first team when he was just 16 years of age. And I'll be brutally honest, he was a player that I'd earmarked as soon as I'd got the Eastbourne Borough manager's job. He's a boy who I think's got undoubted potential. John Bonner and I worked really hard to get him in, as we are doing with another particular player. If we get this other particular player in, it'll be a massive signing for Eastbourne Borough Football Club. We have to name, as managers, you have to do a team of the season, and this particular player, obviously I can't name him, and obviously you wouldn't want me to. He's in my team of the season, so that will really show some intent if we get the particular player signed. So going back to Hamo, Hamo's going to be a player I feel could really, really be beneficial for us. He scores goals from the middle of the park. He's got a tremendous free kick. He plays centrally. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in an Eastbourne Borough shirt, and I'm pretty sure the fans will take to him quickly. He's wholehearted, he's honest, he buys into how we and how Eastbourne Borough need things done.
One or two departures?
Yeah, obviously I better read these because I don't want to forget anyone. Obviously, initial thanks to the loan players we had during the last season. Obviously, in the last couple of games, we had Jack Skinner from Woking. Jack did fantastic and culminated in a good goal against Maidstone. Yes. We had Franklin Domini on loan from QPR. It's not to say at some stage, by the way, that these possibly could come back, but just want to give them thanks. And departures, obviously Scott Chalmers-Stevens, Scott's departed. So's Toby Adebayo-Rowling. So's Michael West. So's Tom Hadler. So's Tyler Pearson, and I'd like to really thank all those boys. I'd like to thank their services to Eastbourne Borough Football Club and to myself. Obviously at the end of each season there's departures, there's arrival, and there's one other departure, and I'd like to give this guy an extra special thanks. I've known him a long time. His dad's a friend of mine. I used to play with his dad, but our captain for the previous couple of seasons, Kane Wills, he's departed as well. Kane's been a magnificent servant for Eastbourne Borough Football Club. No one could have possibly tried harder. He gave tremendous service in his time with us, and I think myself, everyone would really like to wish him well. He departs to pastures new, and we look forward to perhaps seeing him again next season, albeit for opposition. But really wish Kane and all his family all the very best. Thanks very much, Kane. As I say, there been more arrivals, and I just don't really want to announce them yet. John Bonner, the chairman, and myself, and my recruitment team, Graham Wright, we're working really hard. But I think it's really important that we don't announce signings. Don't want to announce signings to have actually, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, as they say. So there's another thing to say as well. Charlie Walker. So you don't need to be Einstein to work out. Charlie's going to be with us as well. Charlie Walker will take over now as club captain. Charlie's crucial. Obviously, he scores goals, which is still what we need him to do. But I think he's in the changing room, which perhaps you guys don't see at times. He's a magnificent ambassador in the changing room. And how I want things done, how we want things done now, he's crucial, engaging with supporters. He's very, very good at dealing with the media as well. So I'm delighted to announce this Friday that Charlie Walker will be our new club captain. Terrific.
I'm going to ask you one non-borough question. It's a slightly cheeky one. The playoffs, the National South playoffs taking place next week. Who's your quiet tip?
Well, I've been really quite busy, talking to Sergio, the recruitment team, the rest of the backroom team. And I won't lie, I haven't taken a great deal of interest in it because obviously my interests are Eastbourne Borough and Eastbourne Borough only really. But I've got there's some good managers in the whole group. You look at all the teams, I know Ian Baird, their assistant manager, particularly well. Obviously Weymouth, they're a good side as well. Obviously Dartford with Steve. Steve's done a magnificent job since he took over at Dartford.
And then you've got Bath City as well.
Then you've got Bath City. Jerry Gill, his sides are very good. I think that was actually the last league game we lost at Priory Lane when Tom Smith scored that wonder goal late on. Then obviously good pals of mine at Slough, and I've known them for many years back when I was managing Eastbourne Town and they were managing Godalming. John Underwood and Neil Baker at Slough, and obviously you got Mark White who I know well at Dorking. So I'd like to just, it's a bit of a cliche, may the best man win, but and I am a gambling man as people know, and I really wouldn't know where to put my money. As we've seen with the Premiership, there's been some really odd results, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some odd results in this coming playoffs. But as far as who I think will win, I don't know. I would say I don't care, but it's been a lot of hard work for the guys to get these playoffs on, and I certainly wish them all well, and may the best team win.
That's fair enough. And finally, as always on a Friday, I think we've got a supporter of the week.
Yeah, we've got into doing this now, and just before we end, I'd like to just make sure everyone's well, everyone's keeping safe, everyone's adhering to what they're supposed to be doing, because it's really important for us to start progressing. As we're here today, things are starting to get back to normality, but personally I don't think the normality will return till we know on such and such date, we know when our first home league game is. We're here, and I'm really confident we'll have a massive crowd as well, albeit with measures that are required, so that's important. But yes, this week the supporter of the week is someone who doesn't come from the south. It's Stuart Rawling. So from me and the rest of my team, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Stuart. He's a great supporter, goes to the away games, he's always there, he's always giving us good support, he's always very supportive. So this week, this Friday the 17th of July, our supporter of the week is Stuart Rawling.
Much indeed. Well done, Stuart. Thanks, Danny. And we'll see you all on Saturday morning. If you're free, come down and see a free show of football and support the lads. And we'll see you all in due course when we get the league games on.